Hey y'all, so I'm back again with another story time, as you guys have seen by the title. So you guys seem to really like my story time, so I'm going to continue to keep giving them to you because that's what you guys like to see. But first, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscription button as well as the ring right next to it so that you'll be notified whenever I post my next video. And let's jump right into this video.
Everything nice. Talk to me nice.
Okay, y'all, so as you guys can see by the title, this story time is about the worst whooping I ever got. So basically, in middle school and elementary school, like I was elementary school I wasn't bad because I was on a straight A honor roll list. Yeah, so it was really middle school, because in high school I got my life together. And by the way, I'm graduating May 19th, so I'm done with high school and I just came a long way. That's besides the point. Anyways, so in middle school, this was like 6th and 7th grade, and y'all, I used to get in so much trouble. I guess I thought because I was in middle school I was doing something or whatever. So middle school came, I was a bad kid. I did what I wanted to do. I was very disrespectful to teachers, blah 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 blah. So I had this one teacher, like she will always call my dad. And the reason why she called my dad, because my dad, you know, dads usually don't play. And the mamas, I mean, my mom didn't play either, but my mom really barely whooped me. Like, my mom never whooped me with a belt, I don't think. Maybe when I was a kid, like 4 or 5. But, no, not 4 or 5, like 7, 8. Like, my mom really never whooped me with a belt, and I just realized that. Wow. Anyways, it was really my dad who always gave me all the whoopings and stuff and all that. If you ask me, I feel like whoopings don't really work because they hurt. I ain't gonna lie, they hurt. But you gonna be back doing the same thing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. If y'all want to know what red lipstick this is the Wet n Wild lipstick in Messy and Fierce, and y'all, I love it. I'm sorry, that didn't have nothing to do with it, but I'm just looking at my lips and they look a bomb. And this is Wet n Wild. This was like $2, y'all. Y'all sleeping on Wet n Wild. But okay, we're gonna get to the story time, I promise. Boom. So it was this one teacher. She used to always call my dad or whatever. Her name was Miss Burks. I can say her name. Her name was Miss Burks, and she was like my social studies teacher. I hated that lady. Hated it. So, and I also had this lady named Miss Douglas, and she used to call my dad too. That was my math teacher. But she didn't call my dad as much as Miss Burks used to call my dad. So Miss Burks, every little thing that I did, I'm sorry if you guys are my brothers, every little thing that I did, she'll call my dad or whatever. So my dad would let it slide because it'll be like little petty stuff. She's talking too much. She's playing around. I mean, that's regular for a kid to do, right? So one day, I thought my dad was going to let it slide because he had been letting it slide for every other time that she had called him. But this time was very different. So Miss Burks called my dad or whatever, and was, well, first of all, let me tell you the incident. So Miss Burks wanted us to all be quiet, take a test or whatever. So I took the test, I was quiet, and then after the test, like, she was like, everybody be quiet, make sure you wait for everybody else to finish. So I was like, no, I'm about to talk because I'm done with my test or whatever. So I was talking to this girl. I don't remember what her name was, but I was talking to this girl, and we was just talking, and Miss Burks kept telling us, like, y'all need to be quiet. People are testing. Y'all need to be quiet. People are testing. Y'all need to be quiet. People are testing. So we just kept talking. So she actually ended up calling both our parents that day. I don't know what happened to the other girl, but I'm going to tell y'all about my parent. So she called my dad or whatever and was like,
your daughter is being very disrespectful. I told her multiple times to be quiet because other people are testing.
So my dad, one thing about my dad, he does not play that disrespect. So when she told him that, oh, it was on the popping. But I'm just thinking like, girl, I don't care, call my dad. I didn't say that, but that's how I felt because my dad kept letting me slide. So, she was like, they was talking or whatever. I don't know what my dad was saying then. My dad asked her to give me the phone. So I was like, that was weird because I never talked to my dad when she called him or whatever. Like, my dad would just wait till I got home to talk to me or something. So I got on the phone. I was like,
Hey dad, like I was all happy and stuff. My dad shut it down.
he was like, you know, when you get home, you're gonna need a whooping, right? I was like, what? Like, I was so sad, but I was trying to, I don't know, I was trying to play it off like, I ain't in trouble. Like, I was like, you know, trying to act like everything cool. So I was like, okay, yes sir, and all this. So he told me to get the teacher back the phone. But before he told me to give back the teacher phone, he told me that I needed to apologize. And y'all, I did not want to apologize for nothing because I did not like the lady. So I didn't apologize, y'all. Lady back the phone or whatever. He was like, did she apologize? And so Miss Burns was like, no, she didn't give me an apology. So my dad asked to give me back the phone. So I was like, hello. Sorry, y'all, the camera died. So my dad was like, you want to be rude and disrespectful to me? I'm the wrong way to play with it or whatever. So I had to apologize and I was like, I'm sorry, whatever. He was like, no, it's too late. Don't even worry about apologizing now. So I was like, oh Lord. So I gave back the phone to the teacher. That all the rest of the day I was quiet. So I never lived with my dad really. Like maybe when I was younger, but in middle school and high school and elementary school I didn't live with my dad. Mom picked me up from school or whatever. Of course my dad had told my mom or whatever because that's my mom. So my mom was just like, why are you being disrespectful to the lady? If she told you to be quiet while people were testing and you should have been quiet and all this. So I was crying because I already knew I was in trouble. So we pulled up to the house, y'all, and this was like, I live in apartments at this time. So in my apartment complex, like the way our gate was, you go straight and then you have to go all around because our apartment was the last one. But our apartment was the last one by the exit gate, but when you come in you can see the exit gate. So I saw my dad's truck, y'all, and my dad had this long, what was it, a Chevy truck, I think that's what it's called, and it was really black and long with the tinted windows, and I just knew it was my dad. So I see my dad's car on the exit window garage thingy, on the gate, not the garage, on the exit gate thing inside the gate, and I'm like, oh Lord. He was parked in my apartment. I was like, oh Lord. So I just started panicking, but I didn't want to panic too much because I was like, maybe that's not my dad, maybe that's not my dad, but I knew that was my dad. So we go around or whatever. So I get out the car. I'm trying to go slow, take the seatbelt off really slow, and so my mom just like, don't try to be acting sad now. You did what you did. So my dad was like, Kirrah. And when my dad called me Kirrah, I know I'm in trouble. He was like, Kirrah, because usually my dad doesn't call me that. He'll call me like, hey, big girl, or whatever. And the reason why my dad called me big girl is because like he always said I'm becoming a big girl and growing up and stuff. So my dad my dad still calls me big girl. I guess that's just my name forever. But he didn't say no big girl. He was like, Kirrah, come get in the car now. And my dad's voice is like angry when he get mad. So I got in the car. I'm just like, oh Lord, where are we about to go? Because I'm just thinking like, okay, maybe he just wanna take me to go somewhere. Because when I used to get whoopings for like other petty stuff or whatever, like he'd just come to my mom's house and whoop me. It wouldn't be that bad. It'd just be like a whoop, you know, a little tap. But it'll be like in my house or whatever, in my room. So when he was like in the car, I'm just like, where are we going? So the whole car ride, y'all, he didn't say anything. The music was cut down. And the thing about my dad is my dad loves blasting his music. So I was like, why isn't the music on? And at this time I was young, so I didn't really have a phone. I was in the 7th grade. No, I was in the 6th grade. I didn't have no phone or nothing, so I couldn't get on my phone. Like the whole time it was just silent. My dad didn't say nothing. So we riding or whatever, and my dad, he lived in this apartment at this time. So we riding or whatever, and I see we going to his apartment. I'm just like, where we going? You know, why we coming to your house? I'm thinking he gotta stop and get some or something. So he gets out the car, and I'm just sitting in the car, and he's like, what you doing? Get out. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get out of the car. So we walking. We walking his house or whatever. I had a room in his house, at his house. So I went in my room and I just turned the TV on. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'm just chilling or whatever. I don't know. So, y'all, this is where everything broke loose. I went in my dad's room or whatever. I went in my room and I turned the TV on, and my dad came in there. But when he came in there, he didn't have nothing with him. He was just like, oh no, turn that TV off and come here. So I'm just like, okay, yes sir, because it was weird, y'all. So I followed him to his room or whatever, and then he was like, lay down. I was like, lay down? I was like, what do you mean lay down? Like, he said, lay down. And he was like, no, matter of fact, stand back up, take your pants off. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I did not see this coming. Like, oh my gosh. I'm about to get a whooping. So he said, lay down. And I took my pants off. So what the F is going to go home? So when he said lay down, when he told me to take my pants off, I took my pants off and I laid down. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, I'm about to get a whooping with the belt. At this point, I already knew what was going on. But y'all, a belt wasn't even a word. My dad, I don't know if you guys know, but like, y'all know like the extension cords like these or whatever. It was like this, and you know, like the one with the plugs on the back of them. Y'all, it was an extension cord though. It wasn't no flat iron. My dad got the extension cord. Y'all, I was so freaking terrified. Like, and let me tell y'all something before y'all be all in the comments. One thing about my dad is he has never been abusive to me or anything. And when he hit me with this extension cord, it was literally like 3 taps and that was it. My dad didn't go too far. He didn't abuse me or nothing. And after that day, my dad never hit me with a extension cord. And actually, my dad actually apologized for hitting me with a extension cord, but that was later. But I'll get to that point. But I just don't want you guys to think like my dad was abusive or anything, because let's be real. If you African American and you was bad as a kid, and you got like older parents and like parents who grew up, you know, like in the hood and stuff, like their mom used to hit them with an extension cord all the time. So it's not unusual. So anyway, I love my dad. He's the best dad ever, and I'm actually appreciative that he actually did that, because they got me right. But anyway, I just wanted to put that in there just before people thought like my dad was abusive. So my dad got the extension cord or whatever, and I'm just like, I didn't know what he was about to do with it, because I never had got a whooping with an extension cord before. Y'all, my dad put an extension cord off. He hit me one time. Y'all, when I tell y'all an extension cord is nothing to play with. Oh, and also, I know people like, I have heard about people getting whooped with like whips and stuff, like the branches outside on the trees, like whips, like people grandma would hit them with that all the time, but I never had got whoopings with none of that. He hit me with the extension cord, y'all. I thought my life was over. That junk hurt so bad. So he hit me again. And then when he was about to hit me the third time, I got up and I was running, y'all, because I couldn't do that no more. That junk hurt so bad. So my dad was like, either sit down or you're going to get more. This is your last one and you better take it. I took it like a champ, y'all, because that junk hurted so bad. And still to this day, I still have like this little bruise of where my dad hit me at. And y'all, it's crazy. So after that, he got up and he gave me a talk, and he was like, I don't want you being disrespectful and being just a rude child, because that is not nice and that's just not how I raised you. So he gave me a talk or whatever, and then he took me back home. He actually bought me ice cream afterwards, because my dad felt bad. Like, you never want to really hurt your child, but sometimes you just gotta, you know, put your child in check and show him a boss. So I went to school, and I really didn't have too many problems after that, because I really learned my lesson, and I really don't think I got another whipping after that, and if I did, it was with like a regular belt. So later, like, it was like 2 days went by, and my dad was like, he apologizes for everything that he did. He didn't mean to hurt me or whatever. So yeah, but y'all, it was just like so crazy. Like, I was like, when I got home or whatever, Alan, I'm recording. When I got home, I was like, Mom, you let him hit me with a extension cord or whatever. And my mom was mad because she didn't know that he was about to hit me with an extension cord. So she calling him like, don't be hitting her with no extension cord and all this. So I think that's what really made my dad apologize, because I guess he was just so mad, because my dad does not like when people are being disrespectful. He just thinks that's the worst thing ever to do in life. And I understand, because it really is rude, and you're not supposed to be disrespectful to anyone. So that's the time I got the worst whooping of my life. I was so mad. Like, I was like, I'm not to run away, do all this. I eventually calmed down, y'all, and it was all good or whatever. But I just feel like if you're a kid, don't be disrespectful, don't be rude. Just do everything your teacher tells you. My camera keeps telling me that I'm out of story, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this story time. If you guys liked it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Listen to your parents, listen to your teachers and all, and you will never have to experience a bad whooping like I did. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Mwah.